Hey viewers, I'm Jaguar, and this is going to be a postcast of a replay from an uber-ranked 1v1 game that was played recently between the number one ranked player, Oxide, and the realm's very own AsZeal. So the players have just spawned in now. I'm going to go to the spawn points, and let's begin. So here in the brown corner we have Oxide, training out of I don't know where, facing off against AsZeal in the green corner, training out of presumably the realm's gym, wherever that is. So both players going for a bot factory in their opening build. This is a large map, so air superiority and expanding rapidly, getting metal, of which there is a lot of metal spots. And of course we see docks here from AsZeal, no doubt, looking to scout. Faber coming up from AsZeal's first bot factory, and presumably another one to come out. Normally 2 or 3, maybe even 4 on a map this large. I've set my picture-in-picture here to the back of the planet relative to the players, where there's a lot of metal, as you can see, and then also off here we've got the players over here, and there's more metal between them. Very important. So 3 Fabers coming out from Oxide. 2 factories each, neck and neck still early. 2 Fabers teaming up here for metal points, building mechs. Loads of docks coming out from AsZeal, which is a marked difference between the 2 players right now. You can see 5 more units there compared to Oxide's. Taking care of that single docks that Oxide was hoping to scout with. 3 P-Gens coming out there for... Oh, and we've got a Firefly coming out. 2 bot factories from AsZeal. Second factory Oxide did was a air factory. Probably a key move there that might well give Oxide the advantage and help him establish air superiority. He's parked his Firefly out here in the lake, and he's just skimming around the border, just out of range of the commander's anti-air gun. Great moves there from Oxide. Wouldn't expect anything less from the number one player. 2 Hummingbirds coming out already. No air at all for green. Something AsZeal's definitely going to have to focus on. We've got a little expansion point here. Proxy radar and an air turret to protect those 3 mechs. Also a very good move. And the laser turret going up here, single laser turret going up there from Oxide. Second air factory, sorry, fourth. Second air factory, but 4th factory overall. 4 factories out from AsZeal as well. Interestingly, it's got 2 more Fabers than Oxide. And only 4 more units. Oh, an air Faber coming out there. Good for expanding early, but also very vulnerable to Hummingbirds. Single fighter just swoops in, take that out, and no doubt Oxide will be scouting. He's already scouting. You can see here at the back of the planet a squadron of Hummingbirds are looking to scout any air Fabers that might be sneaking around, trying to establish proxies. You can see it's coming around there at the back, and there it starts building on mechs. So it's all starting to kick off now. And a naval factory coming up from AsZeal, that could be crucial. This lake between the 2 players' bases is critical. This is a nice map in the sense that all 4, maybe even 5 types of units. You've got your land units, your air, your naval, and your orbital. And if you want to be specific, there's bots and factories making up land units. Docks coming around from Oxide in a little cluster, and an air Faber out in this other lake at the back of the map. 2 mechs, 3rd on its way, and AsZeal's sneaky air Faber starting on its 3rd mechs, but very vulnerable. Could do with some protection from some Hummingbirds. Squadron of 9 Hummingbirds and another squadron. 4 huge numbers, I think, there compared to AsZeal. Twice as many Hummingbirds, arguably. It's going to be important. You can see here we're using docks for radar coverage, essentially, just gaining intel with their vision. Can't really cover the whole map unless you get advanced or orbital radar up. Back of the planet still relatively not exposed, still relatively unconstructed upon. I can't think of the right word. And this section of the map is more or less untaken. This particular section between the two bases. Interestingly, Naval from Oxide is being pushed forward. Oh, bit of air skirmishes going on, but AsZeal's Naval in the green. He's got two naval fabbers looking to get the metal spots here, no doubt, protected by a Naval by the look of it. Yep, that's got AA capability as well as torpedoes, so good choice there. Another Naval coming out. You'll probably see a lot of Barracudas, the submarines, building up from each side. The submarines can take out the commander if they're in the water quite easily. And of course it's narrow bottlenecks here, so a nice bunch of Barracudas can just swim up that lake and take care of any naval units. Interestingly, that's nice. From Oxide, a cluster of docks at the back of AsZeal's base. That is good. And it's quite exposed here. No land turrets, no forces. The commander's close by, but they could easily come in and get those P-gens, get those mechs. Anti-air turret going up from single Faber bot there. Push forward some bot factories from AsZeal, getting them closer to Oxide's base. Lots of docks we see now. It looks like it's mostly going to be a bot and docks heavy, an air heavy game. Unsurprisingly, like I said at the start, air superiority is critical on more or less any map, but particularly on large maps because they've got the speed to check the whole planet. Scouting going on here, checking to see if there's any air fabbers, and we've got some bombers in there trying to target those fabbers. Looks like it's going to get them, but being microed by AsZeal. They escaped. Bombers. 2 bombers still remaining. Whole squadron of air fighters there from AsZeal coming in to protect. Vehicles now from Oxide and Brown adding to his forces. More expansion points we see now. Oxide is definitely expanding quite well. Let's have a look at the eco now. More or less neck and neck. Slightly more energy, slightly more metal from Oxide. I'll give him the lead there. That's also going to be critical. Of course, your economy is the bottom rung of the ladder, as Exodus say in one of their articles on exodusesports.com. It's a really good article if you're into PA at all, especially if you're into the 1v1 game. And more vehicle factories coming up from Oxide. No T2 yet, but they arguably haven't got enough metal to do that, but you'll probably see them transition into T2 pretty soon. Arguably orbital is viable on this map as well, but T2 will definitely come first. Looks like we've got an idle commander here from AsZeal. That's not good at all. You never want your fabbers and your commander especially to be idle. Never. The only reason you might do that... Oh, air battle, and AsZeal trying to pick off some docks and land units here. See, also we've got some sparks mixed in Oxide's land armies there. You'll probably see lots of these air skirmishes as they're swooping around, trying to pick off numbers, trying to get little wins here and here. We see it happening again with AsZeal. He's trying to get this... He's microing the bombers over the units. Looks like he's scoring a big win there. Here come Oxide's fighters chasing off. Probably going to get that bomber, yes. Bomber successfully picked off. We got a whole bunch of bombers here from Oxide. Gotta love those bumblebees. And a few from AsZeal as well. Naval expansion going well for AsZeal, but 2 docks picking off and definitely been scouted. Let's have a quick check at what each player can see. Yeah, scouted out those naval factories. Oxide scouted out quite a lot by the look of it. Not so much around the back and AsZeal. Let's see. He hasn't really scouted it at all. That's most unusual. AsZeal can't see his entire base. So, quite an interesting difference there. Docks assembling between the bases. Oxide's pushing his commander out a bit, whereas AsZeal's is still tucked away at the spawn point. And here we have it. The advanced bot factory from Oxide is going up, taking advantage of the 50% more metal income for Oxide. A huge advantage. 6k more energy coming in a second. AsZeal scoring some wins here with these bombers, and some docks coming in, but he's got the commander assisting the T2 factory. It's already at 32%. Very good play from Oxide. Factory-wise, let's have a look. Neck and neck with factories, but you can see that one more from Oxide is the T2 factory. Interestingly, AsZeal is still pushing out way more fabbers than Oxide. 12 more. Twice as more. He's got more mobile units, but loads more fabbers. Is he taking advantage of them? Yes, they're not. He's not floating, so he's obviously looking to expand more, but as Oxide's looking to be a bit more tactical. I think he's going for eco advantage. T2 factory nearly built. Let's see what the first unit coming out of it is going to be. Of course, it's a T2 fabber. Got to get that T2 eco up and running. He'll probably push out slammers, I would think, as they're the main T2 bot. That's probably what I would do. Ooh, nice win from AsZeal, picking off these mechs, radar and point defense. Back of the map still relatively unclaimed by AsZeal. Got the 4 mechs in the center at the back of the planet here, and he's got docks and little outpost there. But AsZeal's little win hasn't made much of a dent in Oxide's eco. 50% more is hugely significant. No AA in Oxide's mix here, so apart from the docks. But that's more of an AA capability than an actual AA. Well, not a weapon, but it's not a specific AA unit. It just sprays fire upwards and hopes to hit. Personally, a change I wasn't very happy with, but that's how it goes. AsZeal's commander pushing out into the water, still going naval. No naval units being pushed forward, but you can see here are the Barracudas that I predicted at the start of the match. We're about halfway through now. All this airfab is probably going to go down from those docks. Is he going to walk past? I think they're prioritising the mechs. Oh, he's turned around, but no, he's going for the mechs. I don't think he's seen the airfabber. It'll probably go down quickly though. Very close between the bases. I'm sure Oxide will periodically be grabbing some hummingbirds and just swimming around the map, hoping to pick off any airfabbers and just generally scouting. Back of the map more or less claimed by Oxide now. Good moves. Let's check back on that T2 factory. Slammers coming out. Can't see where they are. I don't know how many T2 fabbers, sorry, brought out. There's the advanced radar, probably the first thing that Oxide built with that advanced fabber. And you can see he's pushing up some land forces here through the bottleneck in the pass here of the mountains. It's got some vehicles in the mix. Has he got the slammers that he built? No. Oh, yes he does. No. Yes he does. Sorry, I'm not good at identifying these unit icons as it's been a while. So probably gonna... The slammers have decent range, so he's probably gonna make short work of these docks. And of course even the tanks outrange them. However, AsZeal has built... He has built a wall with point defense behind it, which has dealt with that attack very well. Smooth moves from AsZeal there. And of course, he's got a T2 bot factory now as well. I can't see the T2 Fabber, but I would imagine... Oh, second advanced factory. Another bot factory. So, Oxide's looking to use this force to go around the base, and he's going to pick off these mechs and anti-air turrets. Large squadron of fighters, air fighters from AsZeal, but not as big as Oxide's. Gotta get that sweet, sweet air superiority. I'll just take a moment to listen to Howard Mostrom's beautiful soundtrack to this game. A stretch goal from the Kickstarter backers, or met by the backers even. Quiet on the back of the map, just mechs claimed, air Fabber idle there from Oxide, radar and some point defense. Fabber still just wandering around the back of the map. He's looking to claim these 5 mechs here at that mountain range. He's already got those 5, that side. And here come the land units. He's gone around the mountains to the back of the map, and the docks are coming in to deal, but that factory's going down. Boom, there it goes. That other one, Fabber's going down. Air Force coming in. Looks like he didn't have enough anti-air units in the mix. He lost a few units, and here come the Air Forces back for another pass. But decided not to, they were pulled back. He didn't. Oh, here we go again though. He was obviously targeting the anti-air units, and they're all gone. They're all gone. Nice. He's only got 2 bombers left, but the docks can now mop up. I imagine that's gonna be a good win. Yeah, AsZeal's got that in the bag. But second wave coming in. So basically AsZeal's just going full docks, and perhaps, arguably, you should never go full docks. Full docks with a normal air mix, plus some naval. He hasn't really got as many. He hasn't got as many barracudas pushed up, but he is going at the back of the map. But now Oxide has as well. Advanced naval factory from Oxide, building a Leviathan, which is just finished. And that is huge, because those things are so powerful. They have immense range. He's got the barracudas to push up in front of the Leviathan. That's going to be a game changer, I think. Let's check back at the eco. Oxide is way, way ahead. Something like 60% more. No, sorry, way more than that. He's got double, at least double. But he's winning as well. Army-wise, not just eco-wise. Here come the air units bombing, picking off the anti-air. Not all of them, though. Docks coming in. I think Oxide is slowly, by attrition and by smart tactics, by going around the point defense instead of trying to take it out, he's getting down those factories. You can see he's got 6 more now than AsZeal does. Huge, huge Air Force. We got 1, 2, 3, plus including the naval, and a 4th advanced factory going up. And lots of sparks, because I think he's got plenty of energy. He's floating. Yeah, he's got over twice as much energy income as AsZeal, and he's floating 10k of it. And AsZeal's looking to pick off some of these mechs, but not gonna last. Look at that. Huge win there from Oxide. Taking out most of those bombers, probably half or so, as that's what they would be prioritizing. Docks on area patrol spreading out. But docks are great, but RTS games, you've got to mix in units. You need different types of units, and I think full docks is not winning. It's not paying off at all for AsZeal. Sorry, it's AsZeal. There's no R in there. I've been mispronouncing his name the entire time. I'm so sorry. Highly unprofessional of me. I was thinking of AsZeal, which I think is an angel in Christian mythology or Christianity or whatever, I don't know. Oh, spot factory idle here, that's odd. I think it's just been completed. That'll probably be turned on soon. Surprised it didn't have any orders queued up, but it was probably in a queue to be built at the end, and you can't queue up orders for ghosted factories, like factories that are queued up. And we have some combat, some fabrication bot warfare going on there. Interestingly, no micro, so he's looking to reclaim that max and build its own, but you could have reclaimed that Faber. Or if either player had noticed, they could have reclaimed the other Faber. Another land force pushing in, not seen by AsZeal. I should probably just call them green and brown. Last quarter of the game to come. Oxide definitely winning. Huge advantage. And there's no real sort of, despite the eco loss, eco disadvantage, there's nothing really special in AsZeal's mix. There's no, like, he hasn't got like boom bots hidden somewhere. He's not going to do like a Pelican Inferno drop. He's just trying to sort of play normally in a way. He hasn't got anything tucked up his sleeve. And it looks like we've got advanced vehicles now from a Storm, which is a new unit for me. I'm slowly relearning the game. Looks like that's a second Leviathan, possibly a third Leviathan from Oxide, scouted. Well, not necessarily scouted, it depends whether AsZeal was watching at the time, of course. Here come the air units. Oxide's got superior numbers, but he's not pushing in for the kill. And this is going to be a loss for AsZeal, look at this. Lost quite a few air units there. I'm surprised Oxide hasn't just pushed them in. He could wipe out his entire air force if he wanted to. As long as there wasn't any additional land defense. He hasn't got enough numbers there to take care of this land army either, so we're probably going to see that push up soon into the base. There we go. Here they come. Boom. Look at all that glorious, glorious graphical effects there from Uber Entertainment. That's a real firefight. Making short work. Look at that. That T2 bot factory is going down. In fact, that entire section of his base is going down. I mean, this is basically game over, I think. I don't think AsZeal is going to react either. I don't think he's going to suddenly start mixing it up and going for what he hopes will be a last-minute snipe. He could try doing a... with scouting Titan coming from... Look at that Atlas. 18% built. That will finish the game, probably. Or the naval aspect of the game will finish it. Or the land units will push up. Because there's still a little squadron coming in here, and there's nothing to protect. AsZeal's got nothing. Can't respond. So let's just watch the carnage. Down goes the T2 power gen. Down go the T2 mechs. This whole power gen is just going to be wrecked. You're still at about 250% more metal income. 3 times as much energy income. Almost entirely claims the metal at the back of the map. And between the bases. Got the 6 mechs there. And here we can hear the glorious thunder of the Leviathan's weapons. Look at that range. These Barracudas from AsZeal, not a bad thing. They should be more tightly clustered in my opinion. Actually no, they should really be in a formation. If they were in a line, then they'll be able to handle more units at once. Big land force, land army coming from Oxide, pushing up. And the fact that army is the second wave, there's another 2 armies pushing in here. This could be game over. Now I believe there's some slammers here. I think they've got some of these units I think have torpedoes. Actually no, I don't think they do, but I think the commander isn't deep enough to be protected. He's just idle in the water there. Watch the base go down. Is the commander drawing any fire? No, he's still at 100%. Nope, he's taking damage, 84%. Can't see what unit is the slammers. Yes, the slammers do have torpedoes, so that is it. Wait for it. Boom. Very well played, Oxide. And a very good effort from AsZeal there. Just goes to show that if you get the eco advantage, and if you make use of the eco that you're getting, make use of those resources. Do not waste them. Spend that metal. Gotta spend that metal. That is easily what clinched the game for Oxide there, so game over. Thanks very much for watching this cast. Please leave a comment if you've enjoyed it, if you want to see more, if you want to submit a replay for me to cast, I'll be more than happy to do it. And any feedback or constructive criticism, as always, is welcome. Thanks very much for watching.